But it turns out it's a lot more than a misfire.
It sounds like it's potentially got a few more problems.
All the suspension parts are odd, some are rusty, some aren't, where it's had new bits.
The cost to get this car repaired. So I recently bought this Audi S3 from a subscriber of the channel, and when I bought it, it had a few issues.
There was a few issues with the shocks.
Where did you buy it from?
Birmingham.
Since I've had the car though, it hasn't let me down once.
Money-wise, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, man.
And the big question is,
Did I get scammed by a private seller? Now the reason why I bought this car is because I want to give an S3 away on Planet of Dreams, and this particular car has got some amazing spec. Two of the most important ones include panoramic roof and the Super Sport seats. In today's video, we're going to be getting the car to VRS to get all of those problems checked out. We're also going to be getting the wheels refurbed to get it looking nice, and hit me with a bill of how much it's going to cost to get it fully prepared. There was also a few things that we were a little bit unsure about. The cap was one of them, the exhaust system was another one, and the other issue was, or potential issue was, what map does this car have? So, Will, good to see you again. My obviously the M2's alright. We're going to be doing a separate video on that altogether because that car is a massive headache. But today's all about the S3. So they both arrived on the truck yesterday.
They did, yep.
The S3's got a few problems.
Yes.
Since yesterday, you've had a little look over it.
I had a quick look at it just to see what was going on. It looks like a nice enough car. It's like a nice spec got the gloss black.
That is exactly why I bought it.
Yeah, white with gloss black. If the wheels were probably a bit darker grey, probably be nicer.
We're going to get the wheels refurbed in this video as well.
A bit lost with a light grey, but I'm not a wheel expert, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
I quite like the factory look. It's got a pan roof as well.
Yep.
What else has it got? Reverse camera, I think. It's got some nice options anyway.
Hashtag on it.
It's got a hashtag on it, stickers as well.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's good.
Big money they are. Problems though. So I thought it had a few little problems. It sounds like it's potentially got a few more problems than I expected.
Yeah, I mean, I think you mentioned it had some new dampers fitted and it had a suspension light on. So we had a quick look. There's a few faults in the headlamp module and suspension which would indicate like a level sensor. Okay. So most of it's for the left front level sensor. So we had it on the ramp this morning, funnily enough. Took the wheel off and all the wiring's been repaired down to the sensor. It's got the yellow wires, which means it's had a TPS, you know, a Volkswagen original wire repair kit on there. It doesn't look like it's been done particularly bad, but what they haven't done is put there's a little rubber gaiter that goes around the wire in the plug. So what happens is when you go through a puddle, all the water runs down the wire and it goes into the plug if you haven't got the little rubber grommet in there. So the plug's all green inside and wet. So we took it off, cleaned it all, and the faults, well, there was like, I think it was about 5 faults for the same thing, all for level sensor. Okay. So yeah, there was loads of faults in the car when it came over. Yeah. So that appears that we've done a quick fix. It's fixed. So we'll de-pin the plug. Yep. Which pull the pins out. Then we'll put the little rubber grommets over the wires, put them back in so that it doesn't happen again. Okay. I haven't done that yet, but the fault's gone with what we've done. So I now need to stop it happening again. Make sure that makes any sense.
Because when I bought this car, because obviously we had, I don't know what car it was that we had recently, and it turned out that I don't know, there was a suspension issue.
Dampers are a fortune.
And you said, Cal, you want to, you don't want to be getting into replacing dampers because it's a lot of money. When I test drove this car, so I bought it off a subscriber of the channel, on the test drive, the light came on.
Money-wise, isn't it? Yeah, 100%.
Oh, man. The suspension light, I was like, no. I was like, you sure you sorted this? And it really like, bit of a panic moment. We've seen big bills, obviously a lot.
Yeah, so it was all that was coming up was a level sensor. It wasn't actually anything with a damper necessarily, but obviously I need to fix the level sensor in order for it to work. Yeah. Because the level sensor tells the car how much it's moving around, and then obviously to do with the damper as well. Yeah. But it's also to do with the headlights because there's 3 level sensors on it, 1 in the rear, 2 in the front. So it all works together. Yep. So that's why we have to just fix that first and then go from there. Okay, so moving on from the suspension issues, that's good news. So it's got a heater circuit for the open circuit for the lambda. Bank 1, which is the one in the turbo. It's really common, it needs a lambda sensor, so it'll need that doing. It had a transmission control unit locked fault, which is a bit strange. That's almost and it's got an immobiliser. It had an immobiliser fault, which the immobiliser fault's at 1200 RPM, which is really strange. So I'm guessing that it had a ghost or something on it. Okay. But I don't know. You don't know, yeah. Normally, when it would start and then cut out with a ghost, that would be why it would be at that RPM, because normally an immobiliser fault would be straight away when you'd try and start it, so it'd be less than you know, 300 RPM. So I don't know. I'll have to just monitor that.
Yeah.
And the transmission locked could be again to do with a ghost.
Because it doesn't have a ghost, does it? I don't think it has.
No, I've not. But it might have had one on it that's been removed before you've, you know, they could have removed it because you can remove a ghost and put it on another car.
Yeah.
You know, you put it on another. So they might have took it off to sell it before. You know, there's no reason to leave it on. So there was a lambda sensor, transmission control unit locked, intermittent, valve for exhaust flap. So one of the exhaust flap valves is open circuit. So I'm guessing it's either been unplugged so it stays louder. Yeah. Or the wires are green again, which is really common. So I'll have a look at that. Engine start back by mobiliser. Then ride height sensor, like it's in there like loads of times. And then we've got, what else we got? Some data bus error things which are kind of normal. Really and truly, it's just, I say old car stuff, it ain't an old car, but you know, it's just used car, general used car stuff. Yeah, I don't know if it needs a service and MOT, I can't even remember, but it's got the structural borne sound, so the actuator in the scuttle that makes it sound more meaty, that's unplugged, open circuit. Okay. So it says it is anyway, so again, I'll see if that's plugged in. If it's not, I'll plug it back in. Yeah. And then I'll just, because you can turn that up and down with a percentage, so you can either unplug it, if you haven't got a Vagcom or a Carly or anything like that to turn it down, or you can just turn it down with the software. Okay. So someone's probably just turned that down, so. All right. And so really, it's, I mean, it's not too bad, apart from that. I haven't had a proper look underneath on the ramp, I've just looked at that corner. Okay. So I'll have to, obviously, have a good look over it. All right, so I'll leave it with your usual stuff, leave it with you, and then we'll come back at the end of the video with a fully fixed car. Yeah. And a bill, of course, to see. Well, hopefully it'll just be a lambda sensor and some farting around with a bit of wiring, and that's it. Sound. All right, brilliant. All right. See you in a few days' time. About a month. Cool. So we're back at VRS now, a few days on, and we're on the subject of headaches, because Will's been asked to inspect a car for a customer. Yeah, customer, he just said he's interested in buying it, and they were going to send it over for us to have a quick look. He's got a misfire, but it turns out it's a lot more than a misfire. Really? Yeah, a lot more things, I'm glad this wasn't one you bought over. He asked you to inspect the car for him, yeah? Yeah, only because it had a misfire, so it wasn't to do it at full inspection. And because I think the car's cheap anyway. Yeah. But obviously, as it turns out, there's quite a lot of, well, it's a huge amount of stuff that, just come over a bit, mate. Yeah. Just don't want you to get run over. Oh no. As funny as it would be. Get views, that'll get views. In fact, we try and get up on the path. Yeah. There we go, there's young William. So anyway, we got it in on the ramp and thought we'd have a quick look. It's got loads of like electrical faults and misfires for the engine. Did a compression test and put the camera down, number 2 cylinder's all scored and it's got oil all over the plug. All the threads are out on the top of the engine for the core pack, so we fixed the threads for him just to see if it would help, and the scoring was just because it had been the compression was down because of the misfire, but it's not come back to life. So we had a look around the rest of the car, and like the brake discs have got like molten metal stuck to them somehow. All the chassis legs are bent underneath, they're both kinked still, so it's obviously had a crash. All the boot floor, it's all burnt where it's been heated up and then pulled out, and then shocking. All the shields are broke underneath. Everything, all the suspension parts are odd. Some are rusty, some aren't. Where it's had new bits. All the bumpers coming off, trims are off. But the reason why I wanted to show this as an example is because, well, one, because it's a white S3, and obviously we're doing a bit of filming on our white S3 today, and also because from a car dealer point of view, someone's trying to sell this car, probably not with any negative intentions. They might have had it, someone part exchanged it in, and I just had a little wander around this car. I noticed the rear bumper, I know it's got a little grille missing at the front there as well, underneath, a few little bits. Everything plastic's broken underneath and missing, isn't it? And this is the thing, you just showed me that video that you sent to your customer, and it's horrific, isn't it? Yeah. I like the underneath of the car, looks like it's, I don't know what's happened to it. So much wrong with it. There's chemical metal on the gearbox. So the gearbox has all been smashed. And then it's all been repaired with chemical metal. All the DSG covers all dented in, probably touching the solenoids underneath. I guess if we took that off the solenoid cage that goes over the top, that'll all be broke, because it's really common when that happens. It's just a disaster, isn't it?
Do you know what's funny? We were just going through the video edit, and I thought, let me do a car vertical check on this car, because this guy, Will's done this whole inspection of this car, found loads wrong with it. But as far as I know, they ain't done no background history checks on the car. And I've just done one, and I can't believe what we just found. So I've got the car vertical check here. What you're looking for is, of course, all green ticks. By the way, Car Vertical are the sponsor of my channel. We'll link them in the description below. If you do a car vertical check, use my code CCD to get 20% off, all right? And this is the perfect reason why you need to do your checks, right? Green tick on the mileage, right? Let's have a look at the mileage. 36,000 miles, the last registered recorded mileage. That's good, 36,085. That's really, really good. It's a nice low mileage car. Back to the top, so it's a 2018 car. It's got no finance on it. Again, really, really important. You do not want to buy a car that's got outstanding finance on it. If you did, it's a big financial mistake because the finance company own it, you don't. But then if you scroll down, you see well, first of all, go to the bottom one first. 11 owners on this car. 11, that's a lot of owners. I mean, it ain't the end of the world. Could be 11 amazing owners, yeah? It's just not ideal. But this is the most important one. Damage needs attention. This car is a crash damage car. I don't know what he's been offered this car for, no idea, but it is a category S car, damaged back in November 2018, which probably explains why it's not done too many miles. Maybe it's been off the road for a bit of time. I don't know, but that is not what you want to see. This car needs an engine, it needs a gearbox, it needs loads of external cosmetic stuff, it needs under trays, loads of labour, loads of work, and it's a category S car. Like, it basically doesn't get any worse than that. Now, luckily, RS3 is a million times better. I'll show you what the car vertical check looks like on RS3, and that's what you do want to see when you do a car vertical check. So as mentioned, I will link them in the description below. Use that code CCD to get 20% off. Let's bring the camera back to the video and get back into it. So your customer that was buying the car, I'm guessing he's not buying it now.
Well, at first he was like, well, shall I still buy it? I was like, no,
really?
Please, no, don't buy this car.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you quote to repair it?
No, I mean, it's
too much.
Well, I don't know what, it wants an engine and a gearbox. It wants all the shields underneath, suspension parts,
brakes,
full paint, full set of disc pads, every bush.
Bloody hell.
You know, I mean, how do you, it's just probably wants a fortune. I mean, an engine and box is going to end up costing a fortune.
Yeah.
A DQ381, a decent one of those matching, and a DJH engine, you're probably going to pay anywhere from, if you're really lucky, $3,500 up to 5, 6, 7
I was going to say 5, 6 grand. Surely,
you know, depending on who you're buying it from.
Yeah,
obviously some places are cheaper than others. But and to fit it's not that bad a job, you know, to fit it in. Food
Sandwich
van.
Good.
So, you know,
so that's where you'd start with it, but then going on from there, you've got all these other issues as well. So
it's just heat shields missing off the turbo. There's just tons and tons and tons of bits that are like missing and broken, bent, and you just don't know, do you? You get into it. Like every single plastic trim and air guide behind the bumper's all missing, broke, not bolted in. You know, so
I just wanted to get it on camera because I thought, what's this poor car dealer, assuming it is a car dealer, what is he going to do? I'm going to call that he's given his customer the opportunity to get it inspected properly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I don't know much about it, but it's one of those where, you just think it might have been, I think it's probably a trade sale if it is one, but like, I don't want to be the guy that gives bad, but someone's asking me for an honest opinion, so I've got to give it, haven't I?
Of course you have, yeah, absolutely. You've done it, and it's the write-off basically.
Yeah, I didn't write it off and sell it. You know,
no, exactly.
Here to show what's there.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Cool. So
wrong size tyres. Got 4 wrong tyres on it.
Really?
Yeah, they're all wrong.
So on the subject of massive headaches and big write-offs and problems, we go look at RS3.
Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't that bad so far.
Really?
Yeah, it needed the normal cam magnets, valves, a lambda sensor. Set of plugs and oil change. The rest of it looked all right. So we repaired the wiring repaired all the pins on the wiring, cleaned them up and sealed those up. So now it's literally on the dyno now, so we'll go and run it.
We're wondering there,
it's tuned, I think, isn't it? So
well, that's what we want to try and work out.
We'll go and check the tune, see what power it makes, and hopefully that's all right.
All right, sound.
Fingers crossed.
Just wondering. So Will's sat inside the car now. Excuse the noise of the fan, sorry about that. A stock car is 300 brake horsepower. Stage 1 car is probably about 360, is that right? And then stage 2 will be in the region of 400 brake horsepower. So we think the car's tuned. We know it's got a D-cap. We don't know what level of tuning it's got. We're about to find out. So, Will, obviously you've tuned loads of these cars.
Yep.
So you know exactly what a tuned one looks like, and you've just done a dyno run on it. Is this car tuned?
Definitely tuned, yes. Stage 2, you would call it normally.
Yeah.
It's actually good.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good tune,
So it's what I would class as like a low torque stage 2 tune.
Mm-hmm.
So
safe?
Oh yeah, super safe, yeah. well, if you look at the dyno graph, it's sort of 390 pounds-feet, just shy of there, and then, but it's all the way across. The torque's pretty flat. It comes on nice, and then it just shy of 400 horsepower. So it actually did 402 actual horsepower today.
Yeah.
But because temps and things like that, the correction factor gives you like 4 or 5 horsepower.
They
left,
adjust
so,
it. Okay.
Yeah, adjust it. And then if the day was super like different, like pressures and stuff, then it would adjust it up or down depending on what it is. But
that's amazing.
So
it's
yeah,
a 400 brake horsepower car basically.
Yeah, 400 horse. Just 390 pounds
try
feet.
that. Yeah.
So it's like a 400 probably, you know.
Yeah.
Then this is your login. So that's your RPM trace there, from bottom to top, and then that's your RPM. As your throttle, so the throttle's wide open. Didn't shut the throttle at any point to control the boost, which is good.
Excellent.
These are all time stamped, so we'll get rid of these just quickly.
Fine. Oh, that's better when I go at that angle.
And then you've got, and then this is your ignition. So it's a nice ignition curve, nice and flat all the way up. A couple of little bits, but nothing serious. So that's that. And then that's your fuel trim. So it was within 5%, which is again really good on a stage 2 car. A lot of people don't get them that accurate, but this is super accurate. So, and then you've got little bits of knock, but they're all like 0.38, so they're not significant knock events. But this is normal. So bear in mind, the fuel, and it's probably old and everything. That would be normally super clean on the road anyway. Yep. So we'll get rid of those. When I said knock, I mean ignition knock, but not engine knock. Yeah, and then you've got this is your boost here. Yep. So you've got your specified and actual, literally writes over itself. Okay. So whoever's boost control it is really, really good. So again, it's the reason it's sort of lower torque is because they're only trying to achieve sort of 1.7 bar across, and then they tail it off down, flatline it at 1.1 bar at the end. So, but I mean, that's ultimately you could do like 1.9, and it would probably do 440 pounds-feet. Okay. But then you're putting more stress on the clutches and of course and everything else on the car. Has it got an intercooler? I think it's a stock intercooler, so that's probably why they've gone for the lower boost, low torque. Because if you add more boost, it'll make more power once. And then it'll just saturate the intercooler with heat. So then the power will come down and down and down and down. Whereas if you run it like that, it'll just be the same every time. So the more boost you run, the more heat you create. So with a stock intercooler, so then that's why it still makes replacing parts. Still makes good power because they're not trying to push it too hard. Yeah, that's good to know. The lower the torque you make, normally the power's you're not creating loads of heat here. Yeah. So it's just nice and easy across. So
that's good to know then. Yeah. That's brilliant. That's all good news then.
Yeah, and then your lambda is perfect as well. Like it literally writes over itself the whole way across. So hence why the fuel trims are good. So yeah, no, it's really good.
That is really good. So back to the problems of the car. Yeah. Obviously the suspension light, which you mentioned outside briefly, we had the wiring issue. That's sorted. So
it's had a wiring repair. Yeah. And all it was when they put the pins in, that you can get the little rubbers and grommets that go over it separately. So we've just glued the holes up basically so that the water can't get in. Okay. So that's fine.
Sound.
That. So rather than having to just take it all apart, and then thing is, as you take the pins out, if you then break it, you then got to buy another pin or redo it all. So we glued the holes up so the water can't get in. That's fine. And that fault code is all gone now. That's all done. When we check the cam magnets, so normally first thing we do is check it. Whether the cams are turning as they should be specified and actual. Both inlet and exhaust were out, inlet more so. Okay. So we replaced the cam magnets and the valves behind.
Which is common for these, isn't it?
Really common.
You've done that a lot of our cars.
And that's perfect now. We've changed the oil and we've put a set of plugs in it as well. So, and that's all good now. We checked everything else. You could do a few more bits on it and make it nicer, but it's just... you could put an intake on it and this and that, but it doesn't. It's working
as
fine.
it is. I like it. Yeah, I think it's nice.
These wheels are actually slightly deeper offset than some of the other.
Because we talked about putting a set of spacers on, which
you're not really going to
do on all my cars.
Probably get a spacer on the rear. On the front, you're probably going to introduce some arch rub. So, and you don't want to give someone a problem. Yeah. Because there's no point. I think the stance of the car, it's already lowered, isn't it? It looks really nice.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks spot on. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it.
It's better than the other one outside.
That one outside, God.
Imagine if you'd have bought that here. That'd be funny.
It would have been funny. It would have made good content. If anything, it's a bit boring that we've got a car that's nice. So
Yeah, it's one of those,
but it's great for Planet of Dreams. So
Yeah, of course.
and it's going to make it just needs a couple more bits which we're going to get done in this video, and then it can go off to its new winner.
Is it giveaway car?
New owner even. Yeah, giveaway car. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Lucky person.
Yeah. Done.
Yeah, that's it. That's all done, mate. Sorry, there's nothing.
There's no bad news.
No, yeah.
There's actually no bad news for a change. So that's it. I'm actually strangely disappointed that it's nothing but good news. I always expect that there's going to be a problem. There has been some problems, but there's been no unforeseen problems. So the video's not done yet. We still need to I want to get the wheels refurbed. Couple of number plate screws, silly stuff. That is like the longest screwdriver ever. What else did we want to get done? It needs a good clean as well. I know it's under the bonnet in particular. It's just filthy dirty. And it just needs a good scrub. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the car back to Binker, get the wheels refurbed, get it cleaned, and I'll let you know the total bill with the service and all the other bits included is at the end of the video. Let's get to Binker. So just had the bill come over from VRS. Basically fast forwarded a couple of days now. The reason why we fast forwarded a couple of days is one, because the bill's just come over. We'll talk about that probably after we get the S3 back from the wheel refurb. So we dropped it there yesterday. They was like, yeah, that's fine, we can do it for you. I said I want the original look, so diamond cut face with the sort of grey painted background. And they've just called to say we can't diamond cut them because they've been diamond cut before. And if we cut them any further, it might ruin the look of the wheels. So we've got to paint them basically. So options are gloss black or gunmetal grey, sort of silver grey. What do you reckon, Amar?
I was thinking about my car. I reckon gunmetal grey. Black does look good, but it seems like the most obvious sort of choice that people would make.
I wonder what everyone is going to say in the comments. Well, I think I'm not going to tell everyone what we're doing. I've told the wheel refurb company what I think we should do, and we'll just cut to the scene of the video now where the car arrives. We'll get it cleaned first, and it's all looking good with the freshly refurbed wheels, and then we'll talk about how much the wheels cost, how much the VRS bill was, and then how much all the other prep combined was to get this car complete, ready to give away. Let's do it. That is it. The S3 is done, and the colour choice of wheels that I went for, gunmetal grey. And I think that colour suits this car perfectly. Throughout this whole video, we've not even talked about the spec of this car. So obviously it's a facelift car, right? It's got the new rear lights, new front lights, it's got all the new stuff on it. These wheels were an optional extra as well. And I think, again, they suit the car perfectly. They make the car look more modern. Pan roof, which we have spoke about in this video. Super sport seats. It's got a tech pack as well, heated seats. It's got loads of stuff going for it. Apple CarPlay. It's a proper nice thing. Now, the cost to get this car repaired, it's cost a bit more than I kind of hoped it would cost. I say that, it could have been a lot worse. It can always be worse. I've just picked it up from the garage up the road because it needed wheel alignment here. Something is a bit off there, so we've got that done, right? We put a new set of plates on it. The wing mirror glass, that was broken. We've done that as well. These are all silly stuff, but I just want to point it all out. Hashtag on it stickers. They're £1,000 each, so they were £2,000. Joking. They're about £6.99 at calvinscardiary.com. Then you've got the wheel refurb. We're actually using a different company now. We used to use RRT in Luton. We're using a local company in Milton Keynes. There's no relationship there. They're not doing us any amazing deals. I think they're about 70 quid a wheel to get done. 280 quid on the wheels, a few bits and bobs, plus VRS's bill. It's cost over £1,000 to get the car prepared in its current state. But the nice thing about this car is, and I spoke to Will off camera when we was doing the dyno run and stuff, Will was like, Calvin, you know what, this is a proper nice car, and it's nice to hear that from him. He's so particular, everything's got to be right. I'm the same, I like things to be right, but with him, he does pull things apart, which is good. Yeah, it can work out to be expensive sometimes because he likes to get things right, but with this car, he's like, you know what, it's just a really nice thing. So it's nice to hear that from him. I'm going to be announcing the winner of this car this coming Sunday on the Planet Dreams Instagram. If you don't follow the Planet Dreams Instagram, please just give us a follow. I'm going to be live there myself at about 8:45 p.m, announcing the winner at 9 p.m. It's 5p an entry. You can get one entry for free as well if you haven't got any money to spend on something like this, just go and get your one free entry. Make sure you do that. I'll link Planet Dreams in the description below. There's not really much more to talk about. We bought it off a subscriber. It's been on a bit of a journey. It's what we like to do. We've got a couple of videos out of it, got a story out of it. It generates revenue for the channel. It generates attention for the car, for Planet Dreams, and it just generates a lot of positivity, and it keeps us busy, gives us more content for the future as well. So Planet Dreams will be linked below. Car Vertical will also be linked in the description below. I feel like I missed something. I don't know if I have. Virtual cockpit. I haven't not mentioned that. It's got a virtual cockpit. Obviously it's a facelift car, so it would have, but I think it's cool that it's got a virtual cockpit. It's a nice thing, all right? If you do win the car and you don't want the car, there is a cash alternative as well. I don't actually know what the cash alternative is off the top of my head, but I'll put it on the screen now. Man like Sammy. So either way, someone's going to be happy on Sunday, all right? I'll also link VRS in the description below. Anything else I mentioned, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. One more thing before you go. Shane, the guy that I bought the car off, at the point we agreed the deal, we agreed 14.5 grand without a suspension fault, or 14,250 with a suspension fault. Now, it did have a suspension fault, but it was nowhere near as horrendous as I thought it might be. It was just a broken wire, which didn't turn out to be a lot of money at all. So the £250 that I knocked him on the day of buying the car, I've just sent that back to him. So yeah, Shane, thank you so much. Honestly, that car is an absolutely lovely car. I'm super pleased with it, not just the spec, but the car itself. So answering the question, did I get scammed by a private seller when buying that Audi S3? No, I didn't. Sorted.
In the next episode of Calvin's Car Diary, we go behind the scenes of the collection of my new BMW M5. We notice a smashed window on a car at Binker. We recover the broken down transporter and discover more about why it broke down. And finally, I can introduce you lot to what has probably been the biggest headache of the past year of my life, my new house that I pretty much built from scratch.